Well, good morning, lab rats and other Charter Group members, G7 traders. Welcome to today's report. And a couple of things I want to talk about. We've had a tricky start to the month, not abnormally so, nothing weird or out of the ordinary, but just a tough start to the month. And you'll see as we have a look at the charts why it's been a little bit tricky. So for those traders who are a little bit down, don't worry about it. It's not anything abnormal. We had a chance to take some profit on the euro yesterday. Once we started getting into this down move, now it wasn't a particularly convincing signal, but it was a bully trade. And having got into the trade, the price moved down about 45 pips down to this level here, where I've just drawn this trend line in. So that's where we got into the trade. It moved down there, and I moved the stops to break even in the hope that this was the big move of the day, in the hope that we could recover those losses really quickly and actually end up yesterday with a profit. However, the big move for the day was actually in the opposite direction, and after forming a tiny little reversal there, the euro rallied right up to there. Interestingly enough, just while I'm talking about it, I'm going to put on the dollar yen chart, and for those who haven't seen it, this is what's happened over the last few hours. We moved up from 82.80 almost up to 85, so that's 220 pips so far, and this is exactly what I expected would happen with the dollar yen. So very volatile movements on all the currencies, very choppy and tricky, and that movement there is exceptional. I expect that there's been some news release, and particularly some statements or interventions by the Bank of Japan causing the dollar yen to rally up like that. And it's happened a few times over the last few months, as you can see. Various occasions the dollar has rallied up sharply, only to fall back down again. So there seems to be quite a lot of uncertainty, and just going back to the euro, and we've had pretty much sideways movements for the euro during the last few weeks, and you can see this has caused some problems with the trading, because as the market was long, we were trying to buy into this dip which formed this waterfall pattern. Then the market was short after closing last week with a reversal weekly pattern, and we've now been trying to sell into these rallies. And the last one that we sold into was over here, and if the weekly direction was to continue, one would have hoped it would fall down through there. There's the 100 period moving average, there's the 200 period moving averages, and because the weekly direction was either way really for the euro this week, perhaps we'll get an opportunity to buy today or a bit later on today. We're looking to buy dips now that the long direction has been confirmed rather than the short direction which we originally went with, and so we're looking to buy the euro into dips with opportunities at these support levels over here. Now that support level there, and there's the main breakout level that we experienced yesterday with that big move, and that will act as a support. I've drawn a little trend line in there as well, so that there's a trend line which you'll see more clearly just now, and also the Fibonacci support levels. So these will be all the levels down here. So we're looking at about 129.20, 128.30, 127.90, and so on. And if I spread this out normally, you can see a little bit better. There's the black line, there's a little trend line which I've just drawn in, and there's the moving averages and the Fibonacci's. We're not oversold just yet, we're still pretty much overbought in fact, so we need to give it a little bit of time to move down if it's going to. There might actually be a non-G7 trade at these sort of levels with what might be considered a bully candle. This last one here, let's just have a look at it more closely, and we had a nice support level there, right there, and that could be a bully candle with a reversal coming in this next hour, but we'll have to wait and see. So that's the euro. I've got some more news for you later on in this video. I'm just going to save that. Regarding the trading account, I'm going to pull the pound across here, and pretty similar to the euro really. We had a weekly direction which was short for the pound. We broke up somewhere around here through the weekly reversal level, and if I pull this out, you can see it's been a real mess. This has been the pound over the last few months. It's just been punctuated by these big rallies, slow collapse, big rally, slow collapse, big rally, slow collapse, and it looks like that's what we're getting right now, big rally, and we've certainly collapsed, not as slowly, but we've had another collapse down to some of these support levels. Now look, we've bounced off the 50% Fibonacci retracement so far. We're getting closer to the moving averages, the stochastic heading downwards. It'll be oversold in an hour or two, so it'll be interesting to see what happens at these levels. there might in fact be an opportunity to buy the pound. One doesn't want to predict which way these markets are going to go at this stage, so we have to remain flexible. We've got all kinds of volatility, ranging, choppiness, whipsaws in the market at the beginning of this month. Strangely, September normally gets going quite well after the unpleasantries of August. In fact, this time around, we had a good month in August and having a rocky start to September. But as I said, nothing to worry about, and this is quite normal. These drawdowns can happen from time to time, and there's nothing to be alarmed about at all. I'm pretty sure we'll make it back as the month goes on, and hopefully end up in a good profit. The only other bit of news is for those G7 traders, for the charter group members, particularly, and more so for the lab rats, is that I've opened up the special lab rats account. This is a live $5,000 account, and this will be traded at the same leverage at 10 to 1, and it'll be used to monitor the lab rats progress. So it's a blank account, just a couple of little transactions that I did earlier, just fiddling around, getting the leverage set up and messing around with various settings. But essentially it's a brand new blank account, and this will be the lab rats account going forward. So all the trades that I send out by alert, by SMS, desktop alert and email will be taken on this account. And as soon as I've sent the alerts out, I'll place the trade on this account, but only once the alerts have been sent out. Well, that's all the news for today. Basically, pound, well, it's turned bullish. Let's just see what happens. The euro was either bullish or bearish this week. There might be an opportunity to buy now that we've broken through the top, and hopefully we'll get some good trades during the balance of this week. I'll send you out the invite for tomorrow's live session a bit later on today, and I look forward to seeing you trading live with me.